Happy Tuesday to all of you guys. I hope you're having the best day ever and you had the most amazing weekend. I really hope so because I did. Everything sucks. Everything sucks. People suck. The things suck. You can't even build cars the right way anymore. They used to build them better. They used to do a lot better. Now we don't. We're going to fix it. Are we? Everything sucks according to everyone. And I want to know what your take is on this. We're just going to blabber about this shit. And I'm going to explain to you what I've come to realize and also aligns with my game theory, right? Which, by the way, if you guys don't know, I'm absolutely fucking crazy. And I believe life is a video game of the most amazing fucking made by the most amazing builders ever. And it's not like what you would normally consider a game. And everything is upside down. I think one day I'll explain that. I'm not sure if I don't think I've explained that, but it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. But you need to know that because it's going to be a part of something that I'm throwing in here that might sound completely crazy. But you know what? I told you guys on the last live that most likely the banking system, the financial system as we know it, it's actually confronting the AI business. And the banking business wants to keep the financial system the way it is. And the AI side wants to disappear money. And to most people, that sounded absolutely crazy. But guess what? It's now on the news. And no, my friend's not Sam Altman and also not Elon Musk. So if you're wondering why I knew that before it became news, I have no fucking idea why it became news now. But it's interesting and I like it. A future without money. Would you be happy in a future without money? That's a question I want to leave to you guys. If you're listening and if you're watching this, one of the three people watching this, would you be happy in a future without cash? To my wife, that's a very hard concept to understand. And I can understand why, but I want to know what your thoughts are. And also, I want to know, does everything suck according to you? To your own point of view. By the way, there's no right or wrong answers. That doesn't even fucking exist in reality. So I'm just looking forward to seeing your thoughts, to what you're thinking, where you're standing on this. And then I'm just going to tell you exactly where I'm at right now. And I think there's several reasons why everything sucks. And it's a real thing. But I think for most people, and especially if you're getting older, right? I'm sure you've all seen the South Park episode. But if you're getting older, everything sucks. The more you grow, oh man, the music sucks. The new guys that do the rap that just go blah, 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 suck, right? Because I used to love rap. No one dances like they used to. No one puts up a show like they used to. Everything is like they used to, right? All the time. And if you're getting older, I truly believe that everything sucks because your body is so, and your mind and your spirit and your heart are so fucking tired of the same bullshit you've done as a kid and for all the tricks, not as a kid, as a youngster, if you will, because I'm 40 years old. I'm not a youngster anymore, sadly. But I think for most people, when they're young, they get absolutely absorbed by reality. And I'm going to use quotations for reality. And that reality means you open your beautiful Instagram and now you can be a creator. You can be a YouTuber. And that became like the #1 career in the world. I want to be famous. I want to do YouTube all the time and then just have fun with my friends. And that's what I want to do. And I'll make millions of dollars, right? That's one. Then you have the other one. I saw this girl that just dances on TikTok and she makes like $30 million a year. I can do a stupid dance, right? That's the other. It's very approachable. Like these goals seem very easy to accomplish, but yet they're so complex, right? If you try to be a YouTuber, you understand how fucking hard that is and how much work it really goes into it and how it sucks the life out of you. It really does. It's crazy. But all these goals that have been set for us are also based on you have to buy stuff. You have to spend money. You have to travel. You have to do shit in order to be on YouTube. Like, for example, all the travel bloggers, right? Like there's so many people on Instagram that I know that travel for a living, right? They just post pictures, like especially hot girls that go everywhere. And people think, oh, wow, what a life. This person is really enjoying her life. And this person, this poor little soul, has to spend all of their money and also spend all of their tokens of, what would I call this? Self value and put them on the floor and say, call the airline and go like, listen, I'm gonna go to Bali and I'm gonna blog the whole thing and I'll be posting about the plane if you just give me a fucking ticket. Please, please. And then you have to like call the agency and then they pass it on and then you get your ticket. Then you gotta call the hotel and beg them, dude, look at my Instagram. It's so big. I gotta get this hotel suite and whatever so that I can do all of this for you guys. Cool, you get the hotel room. But in exchange, it's like selling your soul to the devil. All you need to do is just create content 24/7 while you're on vacation having a great time, according to you, because that's what you need to tell your followers. You're having a fucking blast, dude. I'm in Bali right now. I'm having a fucking blast. Meanwhile, they're on their phone all day. They're thinking about what am I going to shoot so that I can do this again. And hopefully a sponsor will pay for one of my Instagram moments so that I can get more money and I can actually make a decent living. And that's a circle that everyone gets trapped in. It's the same circle as the work circle. Like doctors, and you guys saw when I had the Salamandrian website, there was a doctor in the pro members that said, dude, I fucking absolutely hate my job. I hate my life. And I make so much money that when I tell my friends I hate my job, I want to do something else, or my wife or my family, they're all like, dude, if I had all the money like you, I would shut the fuck up and just enjoy it. You have it all. You have the money. You have the family. You have the great career. Why? You know what I mean? So that's kind of like a big trap for everyone, just money. And it's always out of fear, because if you're doing something you love, you don't really fucking care. But most people do, and I understand, not judging you guys. Fucking, we all go through it. We all have to go through this bullshit so we can learn and become better. So then you have the youngsters getting older saying everything sucks, and everything sucks because it's not like it used to be before. And the reason why I think everything sucks, it's also because they've turned everyone into the same person. Everyone. Originality is completely dead. There's no original people anymore. I saw someone TikTok dancing, so I need to TikTok dance my way into fame. And they'll do the same things, like identical. There's no creativity anymore. It's fake creativity because you're just copying. Then there's the people, I saw this guy that I can cook, and I saw this guy making some carnitas, and he has millions of views, so I'm going to get into cooking. And they all get into that, and then there's like an obscene amount of everyone sharing shit, like they're professionals, like they're these YouTubers, like they're artists in many different ways, by the way. And that's diluted their persona completely, because everyone is the same, and has created kind of like a police state around them. And what do I mean by that? I mean, everyone is terrified of being canceled. Even if you have an account that has like 1,200 followers, you are going to 100% not say what's in your mind because you're terrified of being canceled. And that's something that I wanted to work my ass off in life to be able to not give a fuck about. Can't cancel my ass. It's impossible. It's literally impossible, because I don't give a fuck. YouTube takes me down, I'll open a fucking I already have a website in Spanish where I'm out. All of those guys, I don't need it. The YouTube revenue, Alejandro, fucking this channel makes me minus something dollars, and then my other channel makes me $5,000. You think I'm doing this for the money? I'm doing this because I fucking love it. I get a kick. I love talking. I love just sitting myself in here and letting whatever is inside here or anywhere else just tell you guys these fucking stupid things. I love it. I personally really do. And it was really hard for me to just be able to just do this again, because I couldn't get rid of my ego. Like that Salamandrian, right? The guy that you expect to have all the cars and all the stupid shit that blah, blah, blah. Just a standard YouTube model for anyone, right? Just be like everyone else. I watch my favorite YouTubers. And now everyone is looking at all of this shit, and everything fucking blows dick. Like everyone seems so desperate online. So desperate for your attention. Instagram is not what it used to be. Now the entire thing is just made like a casino, right? To make you addicted to it. And it's terrible. But beyond this, there's also the fact that people that loved niches, and here there's people that we love cars, right? I used to be really involved in it, but we love cars. That's a niche. And the niche got so clogged of bullshit that I don't want to watch it anymore. And now that everything is controlled by the actual companies with PR agencies, with agencies to the end, like it's the layers on layers on layers on layers of agencies. Everyone blows dick. I know this from firsthand experience. I can't do a podcast with anyone because no one is who they are. I have friends that are really they're hilarious, but they don't want to talk in public and really say what they think and like make the joke that they want to make, because then people are going to think I'm racist. We're all racist to make jokes, and that's fine. That's why you're making the jokes. You're a piece of shit if you're acting on your racism to belittle other people or to fuck them up if they're different than you. But you want to throw a joke here or a stereotype there or whatever, dude, fucking get at it. Bunch of pussies that can't take anything. And this has destroyed, to me, the playing field. I can't call any of my best friends to put them on a podcast, even though I know some of them are comedians and you don't even know. Some of them are so smart and you don't even know. Some of them are so entertaining and they're so soulful, and you'll never know. Because those people are terrified of what everyone's going to say on their social media with 1,200 followers. Everyone. So what have we done? We've muted the human race. We've made ourselves in that public image more important than anything that exists in the world and in the universe. And that is the perfect way of being fucking miserable. And not only that, I think the biggest problem and what really started this for me is when the pandemic happened, right after after the lockdowns went down. After the lockdowns went down, I noticed in myself that I changed a lot. I cared more about being outside. I cared more about animals, nature, trees, all the hippie bullshit that you could imagine and look at as crazy people do that, right? I did. I care to work out. I care to like take care of myself, my body, my mind, way more. Now, not completely on that end, because I had to go through some shit to be able to get to where I am right now, which is normal. That's the part of an evolution, right? So at the same time, I started to care less and less about this stupid shit that everyone has to buy all the time so they can have the greatest and latest, right? And to me, that was a big problem, because all the messages I get if I ever post anything about a car is, when are you going to buy another car? When are you going to get something else? Fuck your Cybertruck. Go buy a V8 roaring Lamborghini Urus Performante, whatever the fuck is the newest one, because I have no idea, no interest whatsoever. Go do this. And if you don't, dude, you're completely a fucking loser. You're a loser. You don't like cars. You don't have cars anymore. What happened to you? Do you go broke? Sure. Let's go with that. But you understand what I'm saying? And this is just an example. This is happening to everyone. And that and it's not so much that it's happening to everyone. The fear that everyone has about this being what happens to them is off the charts. People don't know what the fuck to do, right? So I started to notice that rich, like real rich people that have made their money, started to shy away from the big houses, started to shy away from like the big garages, started to shy away from like designer clothes, started to shy away from paying for everyone and partying all the time. And I was like, so I'm not the only one that went crazy here, right? Because that's what it seems to most people. That we went crazy. By the way, what do you buy when you get $500,000 for your car? A $100 watch. This is my McLaren sale gift to myself, because I don't need anything at all. And I think a big wave of people after 2020 started to realize that we don't really need much. And also, the biggest trick and the biggest joke of life is actually, and this is something that I hope you all go through, because I know you all want it. And if you want it, I hope you go through it. And if you don't, awesome. But I hope you get everything you ever wanted. Everything. You want to be famous? Be famous. You want to be super rich? Be rich. You want to have billions of dollars? Have billions of dollars. I hope you get it. Because eventually you're going to realize the truth. And the truth is, none of that shit matters. The biggest joke that life has to play to people is that that's irrelevant and that doesn't bring you happiness. That's just something you wanted so bad, and once you got it, you're like, you remember when you were a kid and you were like, dude, I really want this toy. I don't know how old you guys are, so maybe not, but I used to go to the toy store and stare literally at the same toy for weeks until hopefully one day, by the magic of God, it would appear in my house, right? That's what I did. So the biggest joke of life, of this game, is actually that. Putting all these things, beautiful things in front of you, beautiful things, beautiful, and basically make you think, convince you that without them, you should be miserable, and that with them, you'll be happy. So now 99% of the people are walking around this earth thinking, I would love to be famous. I would love to be an Instagram person that doesn't do anything. I would love to have billions of dollars in different houses. But once you get it and it doesn't bring you happiness, then you start looking at it from the other angle. Well, I have all this shit, and now I need to take care of it. And now I need to hire people. And now I need to put up with their bullshit. And now I need to listen to their problems. And now I don't have enough time to do what I want because I need to keep up that thing. And it's absolutely destroying everyone. Everyone. The other problem that we're getting amongst this, and this is what, by the way, the rich people that have gotten there, anyone that has made it and has gone through this path of, all right, I got it. I conquered this shit. This is not what I thought it was going to be. And really backed out of it and just went into their happy place, their happy living, whatever you want to call that. Those guys are winning this game, in my view. Now, you don't have to get everything in order for you to realize that you don't need it. There are people that are way smarter than us that actually realize that from the start. And a lot of people confuse this with being money driven. And if you don't want anything, and if you don't want more, that's not the American way. And then you're fucked and you're an idiot, whatever. I respect that. That's your way of looking at it. That's awesome. Keep working. Keep working, baby. Keep busting your ass. You should hustle all day long. Absolutely. It's going to be great. So some people realize that, but most people haven't realized that. And most of the people that haven't realized that are the ones that ruined everything for everyone. Let me elaborate a little bit more. Back when I was growing up, getting a Gucci shirt was like an event. If someone in your family got a Gucci sweater, how the fuck is that dude rolling with a Gucci sweater on? That's crazy. You would buy a Rolex, a regular, normal, entry-level Rolex, and people would be like, dude, you see that? Oh, I don't know. You see that Gonzalo got this Rolex? Can you believe that he did it? Johnny got one too. That's insane. It was a monster event, and it would go everywhere, and people would be like, whoa, that's awesome. When I was younger, and I started buying cars because I could, we were weird. Like, it was fucking odd, and we were losers in front of people's eyes. We would just get together, all the car people, and we were like a niche of weirdos that like cars too much. We would get together on the weekends, get out of the car, walk around, come back to your car, listen to everyone trashing your car, and then you get in and they all put that face that you know you're very familiar with. Right? And it was awesome. You met people, you talked to them. There was nothing other than, we love this shit and this is what we have. When I started my YouTube channel for cars, I love cars so much. I wanted to do a show like Top Gear because I was obsessed with that shit. And that's where Hyper 5, a show that I made, was born. But mostly I wanted to share what no one dared to share back then with people. Back in the day, when I started this shit, No rich person wanted to show people how they lived, how much their cars were, what the problems or no problems with them were, and whatnot. It was a fucking weird thing. So weird. And after so many years, what happened with Instagram, the commercial is like basically the sale of your attention being sold, like being programmed so that it becomes like a casino, an addiction that you have to look at your phone all day long. And you justify it by saying, but I need it. You don't. You really don't. I know you do believe that, and that's fine. But you don't need to be on your phone all day. My mom used to fucking go out with a beeper, pager. And then if you needed something, you would send a message to the beeper. And whenever she got to it, she would get somewhere and call back. And I didn't die. The world didn't set up on fire. Like nothing happened. But now we think, no. Now it's different, Alejandro. Now everything's so competitive. Sounds good. But back in the day, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Now you're a slave to your phone. Basically, that phone owns you. And you're telling it everything that you do, everything that you want, everything that you are. And that thing is learning from you. And it's learning right now to just feed you shit that will keep you on it all day. All day. All day. It's gamified attention, right? So it can sell ads. Fine, great business model. But it's also distracting you from living in the moment. And that's fucking the majority of people. You guys, anxiety and all that bullshit that everyone has, like, I have anxiety and like this and that. All that came once smartphones came out. Before that, it was weird meeting someone that had anxiety. Weird. But once phones came out, smartphones came out, everyone had anxiety. And no one can put two and two together, by the way. I just don't understand why I'm so anxious all day. I don't understand. Oh, look at that guy. He's doing better than me. Oh, man, that guy has a better wife than me. That guy has a better house than me. That guy has a better boat than me. Oh, right? It's the art of comparison that will absolutely dry up your happiness, make you feel miserable. That's that thing's job. That's what the phones are here for, to fuck you out of your happiness and understanding where you should really be playing this game, which is inside of you and not outside. Those are the distractions. And by the way, that's great. Everyone's falling for it. That means I'm a pretty good player, according to my craziness, of course. But beyond being attention grabbing and happiness drying machines, these phones, what they also did was they killed niche groups of people. They killed that love that we had for each other, for being weirdos. I go and just have breakfast on Sundays with people I've never met in my fucking life because we like cars. And we would sit down and everyone would talk about their car and talk about where they're going to take it and what they're going to do with it and blah, blah, blah. And then something else came out and then friendships were born. Now that you've been really well trained like a monkey, those niches are gone. Like, and they're not gone. But the community part of it is completely dead. Because now, what are we doing? What are we doing the whole time? So now, everyone needs to be a car vlogger. So what do? Anyone can rent a fucking car. Anyone can rent a car so he can make a video. Everyone's going to rent the car or lease something that they clearly can't afford so he can tell you that their course is fucking amazing. Ironic. I sell courses, but I don't show my cars. And it's $29. $29. Not $14,000 so you can learn about commercial real estate when it collapses. That's real. That's a lot of people subscribe to that shit. It's unbelievable how well it works. Every rich person that has a kid that absolutely hates them and they hate, that they don't want to deal with. Because right now you see this everywhere. You go to a restaurant, like I go outside and I go on my walks, right? My classic walks, long walks. And when I'm on my walks, I see all these nannies walking babies. So first of all, the parents are not walking the baby, but you know what? They might be busy with a job that they hate. So they're busy there. So the nanny's walking the baby. And as the nanny's walking the baby, 10 out of 10 times, I've not once seen one that's not, she's on her phone the whole time. The kid's being ignored completely. And then today, this was my first one. This baby was in a stroller that had an iPad that was playing things for the baby while the nanny was FaceTiming someone. So now you're instantly putting that there. You go to a restaurant, you see a family coming up, showing up with the kids, and instead of showing and teaching your kids, hey, by the way, we're going to be quiet, we're going to enjoy, we're going to all talk about like our day, you're going to tell me a story, you're going to tell me how you built a sandcastle, something. Instead of that, I don't want to deal with my kids. So here's an iPad. Awesome. Now the kids are quiet. Problem solved. I'm a great parent. Yes. Awesome. Oh, that kid's going to love you. And then we get into the higher tier of that. There's everyone trying to do anything possible for them to look rich so they can impress a bunch of fucking retards online that can't tell what a real rich person looks like and what a fake real person looks like. And this is something that everyone's playing at. Every retard with their fucking Gucci thing that they bought with Afterpay, that means you buy now, don't pay anything, and then you have to make like 12 payments or 4 payments or 5 payments this year so you can afford that fucking sweater. But hey, you got the sweater. You can rent now Rolexes, APs, Pateks, anything from services that rent out the watches, or you can finance a watch. But dude, your Instagram's going to be fire. There's only everyone that has every single one of these watches. And then there's the car thing, which is the same thing. The kids rent the car, loan me your car. I'm going to make videos and this and that, and we'll make it a business or any shape or form of that. All of those people have ruined everything. Everything. Because the cool part about this shit was not the shit, was the people, was the community, was getting to know other weirdos just like you and becoming friends with some of them. That was the awesome part of it. That's what I used to do online. Not this crap. And by the way, I fell for a little bit on the let me show you, flash you, and dash you. Of course, because I'm a fucking idiot. But thank God I noticed myself being an idiot more than I don't. So I stopped. Another example of that, and for the car world, car people that are here that you guys watch this, is all of the rich parents that have kids are buying them like all these insane cars, right? And now all these retards who have no personality, know nothing about life, are not interesting, zero humility, and just have like an ego boosted to the top, even though they're retarded. Like I would never want to be in a room with any of them. So I had to talk to them. I fucking die. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. And those are the people you're watching. And those are the people we're all watching. That, and include all of the Instagram filters and bullshit that needs to be added so that I don't say anything that puts me out of line, because I need to continue the road of being a good boy according to society so that I can be a bitch. That has ruined everything for everyone, except those who understood while this was all going on that doesn't matter at all. At all. At all. I think it's one of the biggest jokes of life to think, because when I wanted to become an actor, I wanted to win an Oscar and I wanted to be famous as fuck. Right? I wanted to have so much money. Fame, I despise it. And by the way, I'm no one. But I can go to any country around the world and people will recognize me, which is crazy to me. And when I got there, at first it was fun. And then you realize this is fucking miserable. Miserable. And there's many reasons for it, but it's irrelevant. I really thought it was going to be awesome. And it wasn't. Then I got super Not super. I got rich. And I thought that was going to be awesome. But you know what I got? Every single person that I know being able to fucking try to stab me, which, by the way, I appreciate because I've learned so much from all of you guys. For real. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Every single person, and it starts from the closest ones, will do anything to take your money away from you. Anyone. And I was like, well, this is not fun. Not only that, I thought, all right, I can solve the problem of the money by being smart and putting people in great situations where they can also prosper. Because you put them there, they didn't learn anything at all. And now it's just like the person that you keep giving money to help them. If you really were helping them by giving them money, they would stop asking you for money. They wouldn't need it anymore. I mean, it's pretty obvious. But they come back. They keep coming back. They keep coming back. I thought all of those things, my big brain, oh, dude, my brain works like crazy. Well, then it started, people, all that they wanted was my brain for certain things. Not even going to get into it. That's all they wanted, nothing else. They just wanted to know how. They wanted to know how to do it. And then, fuck you, I know more than you because you told me how to do it. Doesn't work like that, but okay. I thought that was going to be great. None of that was. None. Just none. And I said to myself, well, this all fucking sucks dick. Everyone sucks. No one is here to be a person anymore. Everyone is just here to utilize someone or something to get ahead. And the problem is, our niches have died. Like people that were into fashion like crazy. My wife is one of them. She'd love to buy an awesome dress and like awesome bags and whatnot. Every retard has them. Everyone. Just so they can flex it on Instagram. And most of that shit is fake. And we know a lot of people in that industry, in the fashion industry, high fucking level fashion industry, that don't care for it anymore. Because the specialness of having those things when we were just a bunch of weirdos that would get them is gone. And I don't think credit and money and all that stuff is what made everyone or what made everything just lose the allure, but it's the desperation behind it. That's what's keeping you off. The desperation, the lack of humanity in people now. Because there's none anymore. First come, first serve. I need to film this first in everything. I need to buy this first so I can show it to people. Everything is disposable to everyone. And by the way, everything should be disposable because none of it has value. If you fall in love with your things and lose them all, then guess what? When you lose them, you're going to be miserable because that's the only thing that you loved and that made you, right? It's obvious, not to a lot of people. So all of this combined has absolutely killed the humanity inside of people and has made them robots. All of them are robots. I can't say that. I can't say this. I need to act like this so that I can be called and do something else again. And hopefully they'll cut me a check at some point for something. I need to be famous. I need to do this. I need to get my Instagram reels going. And by the way, the good news is there's a lot of people waking up to this. And here's where it gets weird for me. We stopped progressing as a society a long time ago, especially when you talk about physics, when you talk about chemistry, when you talk about traveling, jet engines, planes. It's like this from the 70s on, everything has been on like a very slow grind up. And right now we have something that's going fast. But what we're seeing going fast is not the real thing that we're seeing. It's AI. We talked about this before. And AI, dudes, is a change that can be hidden. Okay? It's a change that's here to change everything. And when I say that, I mean, and this goes now into my craziness, right? Because like I said, I'm playing a game. This life is a different type of reality from where I'm really at, right? That's it. I think this game right now is about to end as we know it. And you hear a lot of that because I talk about this, a lot of shit appears to me and I watch it. I want to know what people are thinking, what they're saying about this. And there's a lot of people, if you follow anyone that's spiritual, right? I hate that fucking word. Especially the modern one. But if you hear people that are sensitive, that have done ayahuasca, DMT, any of that shit, and have a good connection with themselves, because at the end of the day, it's with you, within you, and you be. Those people are all saying our earth is about to enter into it's going to ascend. It's going to ascend into a new reality. And now a lot of people are going to be like, all right, I'm turning this off. This is kind of like something that's also on every religion, right? Like the end of days. And I don't want to, by the way, I don't want to freak you out ever. This is good news. This is not bad news at all like that. And I feel like the change that has been held on to since the 70s until now has to come out with AI. So I'm putting a little bit of the crazy with a little bit of reality so you guys understand it a little bit better. And because that shift is going to be so major, again, we could potentially live in a world that has no cash. Think about that. And to you, it only means, then how am I going to fucking be able to flex on these fucking brokies? How am I going to stunt on them boys, right? That's a normal question to ask yourself. How am I going to stunt on them boys? Oh. Well, who cares? There's been something very odd happening since the lockdowns. And that is, they've been opening up the truth to all of us. And by that, I mean, in 2020, I had no idea that companies would be willing to do what they did just to make money. And at first, when it happened and people were telling me that, I was like, you guys are crazy. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, no. Companies, yeah, they got to make money and they got to do a little bad thing here and there, but they're not like that. And then I found out Google used me because I was in top creators. They put Andy Slavitt on my channel. Well, no, not on my channel. I had a private call with them so he could inform me of all the bullshit that they wanted every single one of my followers to believe. And I went on and I sang like a canary, just like they wanted. And they did the same thing in Spanish, except they let me tape that interview. Now, I don't think it's, well, I don't know about Andy Slavitt, but I don't think it's the doctor's fault that I spoke with in Spanish. I think just a player. But YouTube knew what they were doing. And when I started piecing that together and seeing like the patterns of everything, I was like, holy shit. This is insane. What else can it be? And then there's an awakening that people are calling right now. It's just, and by the way, there's layers and tiers to it, right? There are the people that see Republicans and Democrats, and that's that. And then there's the people that are awake that understand there's one government, not the two of them. It's just one party. And then there's a level beyond that where you know that it's just not the one party in the United States against the world, that the entire world is owned by the United States and it plays through everything. And then there's a higher awakening where you realize this reality is fake. And you know what I mean? Like there's levels and levels and levels and levels of this awakening. But they started waking up a lot of people for real from the lower levels to the highest levels possible. Especially like even Andrew Tate's like the Matrix is, the Matrix that, right? Like, oh, the Matrix attacking me. He's kind of right in a certain way because Andrew Tate's also a player in this where he's used so that people can absolutely boil and hate. If you watch anyone that makes anyone hate others, not themselves. If there's someone watching me right now and you're like, God, I hate that fucking Alejandro because he's so happy, that's awesome. That means I'm shining so fucking hard. It's making you uncomfortable to see someone that can do that. And that's great. It's not great for you, but for me, that's great. What I'm saying is when you see people that are divisive, people that are like, like Andrew. And by the way, I don't have anything against Andrew. I think he's hilarious. And I love whenever he can bring up like, why is a woman doing this instead of making me a sandwich? Like, I get that. I get that. But for real. But for real, anyone that's divisive, it's part of the game. So they want you to see that. So right now, what I'm seeing, and especially growing online and understanding from very early, because I started being a YouTuber 2007, 2008. So think about that. And Twitter and the same thing. I've seen how the internet has evolved. I've seen how the algorithms have evolved. I see how the user has evolved. I've seen, and I told everyone when they were bringing Will Smith in and everyone that they were paying them and no one knows that. So he could mainstream, could blend into social media easily. And now you see those people. It's so weird seeing these actors that have everything reducing themselves to doing TikToks and collabs with others just to stay relevant so they can get their $20 million. It's pathetic. It's fucking pathetic, in my view. Now, I should not be judging them. That's me. That's the human side. Fucking idiot. But that's not right. And I know that. You can feel that too. Dude, Will Smith was untouchable. Untouchable. Now, all you need to do is have like a couple million followers and hit him up and he'll fucking show up like a desperate dog. That's crazy, man. That's absolutely insane. And for what? And again, to earn his $20 million. So everyone has a price to pay for that slavery, if you will, into this thing. But this reality has gathered everyone, made them all a slave, and made them distracted from who they are. From the human, from beyond the human, the being that you are. It's distracted the fuck out of all of us. And it's made us think that the most important things in life are outside of us. To be able to show people I have a wife and I have a perfect family and I have kids and I have the perfect dog and he's very well trained and I have like the best car and I live in the best neighborhood and I do all of that. Well, none of that matters. And during 2020, people have been waking up, but it's not an accident. Like this is on purpose. The game itself is revealing to all of you and to me, to all of us. Why is it revealing itself? Because it's about to end the way that this play, that we're playing it right now. And again, I don't mean the end of the world. If any of my content is making you anxious or angry, fucking never watch me again, please. That's not my goal. My goal here is just to bullshit with you, talk like we were getting stoned together, and just like hear some crazy shit. And if you can take something out of it, awesome. And if not, awesome. You spend some time fucking listening to some idiot online. It's not like the first time you've done this, okay? But I think the game is revealing itself, and it's waking up a bunch of players right now. Because what all of these hippies are saying about the world ascending into a new reality, I think it's true. I not only think so, I feel it. There's a reason why so many people that I know that had it all are doing the same thing that I am. Forget everything. Forget about like complex work. Sell the company and just go to the fucking beach, live like you're on vacation, do things that you have passion for that mean like the money means nothing for you. Love yourself, work out, eat well, love everyone and everything around you, every single fucking obstacle possible, because it's making you stronger, better, bigger in your existence. Don't put value in stupid shit, because that's the way that the easiest way to manipulate an idiot is put a bill in front of them and they'll follow it. Become unmanipulable, if that's a word. Become the most powerful version of yourself, like these fucking people are doing. And I think the people that are doing this are the ones that are going to access this new reality. And now, this has not, maybe, but I don't think this has anything to do with like, oh, so the people that care so much about their Instagram views and all this shit are going to die. No, I don't think so. I think they're going to get stuck in a world full of misery and wars. That's what I think. And I think the other people that are living in love, that's the best way of saying it. And he's not in love of anything or anyone, living in love, in pure love. I think those people are going to evolution into seeing a new reality. And these could be existences at the same time. Like we're going to live with the other side. But our perception of everything will be completely different from theirs and theirs from ours. I really think so. To me, and to me, what really made it something was, this is not a change that only happened in me. I saw it with my friends, but I saw it with my wife. My wife really gave a fuck about all those things more than I ever did, really. And she's not at all into it now. She's focusing on her happiness, her body, working out, eating well, doing what she loves, seeing her friends, going to the beach, taking care of Vinny and his big balls. Our dog has the biggest balls you've ever seen in any dog whatsoever. The biggest. People see him, he's like, what the fuck? Your dog's packing. And he's got a big dick. I don't understand. He's a tiny little boy, but he's packing. So all the stuff that she loves doing and taking care of, she's doing on a daily basis, and I encourage it. She has her business, and she was like at some point really stressed. And I said, what are you stressing about? Thank God we don't need the money from your business. By the way, her business has always been on the positive, which is incredible. And I'm like, why are you stressing about like low sales? You know what? Take a step back. This is happening to everyone. Take a step back and let that creativity flow. Those juices come, and then you create your new things. Also, you should make me some shirts. I want to have, I don't want to buy stuff. I want you to make me stuff. I know it's going to cost more, but I don't care. And that's what we're doing. We're being creative every day. We're being loving every day. We're doing the stuff that we love every single day. And that just happened to come out of nowhere. Now, my wife doesn't believe like all that you guys saw. She has no idea what how fucking. She knows how crazy I am, but not really as much as I can be or get or are or be, whatever you want to call it. But I think we're approaching the end of the game now. And the end of the game, like I said, could be called anything. And I'm just going to give you this example one more time. We're going to enter a world where there's not going to be cash. Let's just use that as an example, where AI is going to do everything. How are the people that are so into their YouTube things and like money and cars and jewelry and watches that no one can afford anything? Or even if you can, like, let's say that you can. How are those people going to fare in a world where that doesn't matter? They're going to be fucking miserable. Even though they're going to have everything, they're going to be miserable. And then how are the people that don't give a fuck about money whatsoever going to fare? Pretty much we're going to live the same life that we're living right now. What extra do I need? None. I just want you to think about that. It's a little bit crazy what's going on. Not as crazy as I am, but